that's how I was able to go from someone who was out of shape, overweight for basically over 20 years of my life, to someone who got in pretty damn good shape. What is up, guys? My name is Dr. Drew. I just want to let you know I'm not a licensed nutritionist. I possibly am not even a doctor, depending on who you ask. But in today's video, I want to break down the tier list for picky eaters if they want to diet, right? Because I am a picky eater. I didn't eat healthy foods on my weight loss journey. I just ate foods that were not too detrimental, tasted good, and I could just eat all the time. And were affordable too. That's pretty important as well. But I'm going to get into ranking these, all right? So if you want to lose weight and you're a picky eater, you love foods that just taste good and make you physically feel good, you got to ban certain foods. That's going to be Cheetos, potato chips, ice cream from like a grocery store, chocolate, candy, fried foods, soda, like sugar soda, not the diet soda. We're going to get into that later. And like French fries. It's like these foods are way too easy to access. They're cheap and they're incredibly unhealthy. They taste great, but there's foods they come really close, if not even taste better, and they're way better for losing fat. So these foods, to be honest with you, you just have to eliminate them completely. There are definitely substitutes for these foods that maybe won't taste like 100% as good as hot Cheetos, right? I love hot Cheetos, but they'll get really, really close, and your body's going to thank you for it afterwards. Okay, trust me. All right, and the next tier, only on special occasions, maybe once a week max. These two foods are actually pretty good if you're into the gym, but if you're a beginner, starting from like very unhealthy, weight loss and building good habits, getting enough energy and recovery to even start gymming is more important. But these foods, I rank them above the banned list because they're harder to access, right? Like, I used to work at Olive Garden. I would love the fettuccine Alfredo pastas, right? The white sauce tastes better than the red sauce. Let's be honest. It's not as it's not as healthy, but it tastes way better, right? Good news is, you could treat yourself if you're having like a family dinner or something. You've already made tons of progress. Like one of these once in a while, it's not going to hurt. Soft serve ice cream is much better than like this type of ice cream because it's much less fat content. It's mainly carbs. That being said, it is still sugar. So if you have a problem with sugar, I'd recommend putting this in the banned tier, to be honest with you. I'd ban it. But cheesecake as well, right? You have it once a week. Donuts, similar thing. And just candy, Rice Krispies, right? These are better than chocolate because there's less fat content. This will actually give you energy if you're surprisingly if you're in like an athletic shape. These type of foods will give you energy and really good energy actually. But if you're starting from, out of shape, your body's going to use fat for fuel, your own fat for fuel, which is exactly what we want. So you don't want to be eating these foods. You want to just be using your own body fat. It should be really easy. You shouldn't even feel that bad physically. It should be more of a mental thing, to be honest. In the early stages, for me at least, it was completely mental. It was actually very easy to just eliminate certain foods, lose some weight. These are okay, but you do want to limit them. You don't have to ban them, but you do absolutely have to limit them. All right, now these foods is where if you're a picky eater, you're going to be eating these quite frequently because that's the only way to adhere to the diet, right? There's no way I could stick to only eating like super lean chicken, salad, and all that stuff and lose weight. No, impossible. I have to eat stuff that I find like, okay, this is actually satisfying, right? But the thing is, you have to be tracking exactly how much you're eating. You have to track your macros right for these foods. But these foods are honestly delicious, right? Baked potato, I'd say that's a great substitute for French fries if you're eating out, right? Sushi, it's really good. It's there, right? Only it's very healthy too. It's just it has, sometimes the cut can be fatty for the fish, and also there's rice. But if you eat the right amount of sushi, it's gonna be really easy to maintain your cut because it's healthy stuff. Burgers, I like getting them from Wendy's, to be honest. Burgers are not inherently super unhealthy unless you go crazy and get like onion rings and stuff in the burgers, right? But overall, it's just high in fat. That's kind of the only issue. So you have to, if you eat a burger during the day, you kind of have to limit other things and just try to hit the rest of the protein. But there's tools for that. I'll explain it later. Sandwiches, similar thing to burgers. Usually they're a little bit healthier, less fat. Pasta with red sauce, it's definitely better than pasta with white sauce. This is mainly just carbs. Like once in a while, you could have a. This is portion control is the most important for pasta with red sauce, but you could eat it like every day if you wanted to. To be honest, pizza. Don't order a big pizza. Just get a slice of pizza, right? Whenever, let's say you're at an event or something and they have pizzas, just get like a couple slices, two, three max. Figure out the macros, put it in there, and you should be fine. You could eat pizza. Noodles, similar to pasta, similar case. Rice is a neutral food for losing weight. It's mainly carbs, which is fine, right? Carbs is okay, but I think especially early on, you don't want to eat too many carbs because your body has a lot of extra body fat it's willing to get rid of. It's not going to fight you for it. So it's not too necessary, but rice is a neutral food. Uh, I put Cheetos here. You want to get at least the one, like a healthier alternative to kind of standard chips is okay, but you do want to track the macros right. Like for example, if this is a small bag, once in a while it's fine, right? You just don't want to get the big bag. Don't want to get the boxes with a lot of small bags, right? If there's a small bag here and there, like you're offered, just eat it. Track the macros. It's okay. Frozen Greek yogurt or just yogurt is a lot better than ice cream and soft serve, in my opinion. This particular one actually has a good amount of protein, so it's really good. Tastes really good too, but you still want to limit it. This one, to be honest, it might even be here, but I'll just put it here for now. It's a good option. It's better than these foods, but it's worse than most of these. All right, in the next tier, we got foods that are actually very good for dieting. Vegetables are, technically speaking, amazing for dieting, but the thing is, for the picky eater tier lists, they don't taste that good, but they are very good for dieting. I would say if you kind of indulge too much in these type of foods, or maybe you want to course correct from like a cheat day or something, you could have a day where you eat mainly vegetables, fruit, all the healthy stuff, right? It's good balance, but it's technically overpowered. It's just I don't like the taste of vegetables. I'm a picky eater, right? Uh, Steak is very good. Steak and fish, right? The only thing is the fat content is a little high, but they're super healthy and they'll keep you satiated for a very long time. They're also a little bit on the expensive side, but they're objectively very healthy, very good. These are my three favorite fruits that I just love, right? Fruits are great. They replace candy very well. They're a very good replacement for candy in particular. Not necessarily chocolate, because fruits don't really have fat, but candy is usually pure sugar, and fruits is always going to be better than that. And honestly, like it tastes better than most candy. Most candy isn't that good, except for, in my opinion, gummy bears are pretty fire, and yeah, nerds are pretty good too. But other than that, fruits are great. Skinny popcorn is way better than this baked. By the way, I nerfed these two foods. You can't really incorporate it into a daily diet. I'll be honest with you. They're good for treats and they're good for replacing these two foods that are banned. But skinny pop is great. It's you could eat that every day. It's only like 100 calories, right? Just track it, but it's a lot better if you kind of like these type of foods, the chips, right? Popcorn's a much better replacement for that. All right, and the final tier, these foods are OP for dieting. You should definitely incorporate them. They taste either really good or neutral to like kind of good. They don't taste bad, and they have insanely good macronutrient profiles. And I'll explain why each one of these is S tier, well, OP in particular. Because honestly, I'd recommend just using all of these. And then you can get away with eating more junk because you have these. That's the real reason why they're overpowered. Collagen peptides is pure protein and it's good for your skin, your nails, and your hair. And it has like 20 grams of protein. You could basically eat it every day. And it's only like 80 calories. It's perfect, right? Because if you eat like a burger or something and you're short like 20 grams of protein, just take some collagen peptides. Diet soda is amazing. It tastes great. If you find diet soda worse than regular soda, you probably have a little bit of a sugar addiction, or you're being tricked by the media telling you that it's incredibly unhealthy. Diet soda is fine. If I had an enemy, a mortal enemy, I'd probably tell him, hey, just drink regular soda. It's much better for you. No, diet soda is a lot better. It's 0 calories. It satiates your hunger. I still drink that. I spam it all the time. Diet soda is amazing. Okay. Robert Irvine's Fit Crunch. This is by far the best protein bar that I found that actually tastes like chocolate, like a chocolate bar. It tastes very close to Snickers, like probably 80% of the way there, but it's actually very good macronutrient profile. You could eat one of these a day, and it's gonna help a lot with the diet adherence because it feels like you're eating a chocolate bar. Chicken is better than steak and fish because it's leaner. And honestly, it doesn't taste bad, especially if you incorporate it with hot sauce, which is 0 calories. Sauce is overpowered because if something's bland, slap some good sauce on there and it's suddenly tastes all right, right? It's magic. Same with sweeteners. If you're getting coffee, don't get any cream, don't get any sugar, just get sweeteners. And coffee goes from tasting like absolute black coffee we're talking about. It goes from tasting like absolute bitter, like crap, right? I don't like it. I'm a picky eater. It doesn't taste good objectively. But just like slap some Splenda in there, it tastes pretty good. And then this is arguably the most important. It's whey protein. This is really good because it's similar to collagen peptides. It's just tons of protein. If you get the right flavor, it actually tastes pretty good. And it's great for making up lack of protein from the rest of your diet. So if I'm eating like pasta, right, and it's a lot of carbs, and I need a little bit of protein, but I can't get it from like another source that has too much fat or too many carbs, I'll just drink some whey protein and it works. It's actually kind of crazy, but yeah, these foods are cheat codes. They're actually cheat codes to make sticking to your diet easier and also allowing more room for mainly these foods. So that's the strategy for a picky eater, okay? It's using these so you can eat these foods and then just being honest with yourself and eliminating like the really bad ones. But you could still find substitutes here and there. So that's how I was able to go from someone who was out of shape, overweight for basically over 20 years of my life, to someone who got in pretty damn good shape and am only gonna get in better shape. And I'm still not eating the best foods, I'll be honest with you. I'm still not eating the best foods, but it's all just like tricks, you know? It's all just using certain tools to make it so you could use other tools. Because these are essentially diet adherence foods. These are completely banned. It's just too tempting. These are extreme diet adherence tools. These are just ones that are good for resetting, like days that you might have bad days. These are the good reset foods for bad days. And these are the cheat codes. So that's kind of my look on dieting, my kind of experience after 1 year of being like super, super into it.